Salams and welcome. This is Brain Secret number 2. We are looking at the brain secrets, study secrets. Last time, as recall, brain secret number 1 was called SQRRR. Let's revise very quickly. Brain secret number 1: how to study and pass your exams, come out first in class. Survey or scan, question, read, recite, and revise. And in brain secret number 2, as we explained the two hemispheres, right and left hemispheres, we know about that, but I'm going to talk about this all the time. And in today's lesson, secret number 2, please share this with your children, your grandchildren, with everybody. If you're a university student, if you're at school, if you're a teacher, if you're a pupil, please go through these series. SQ3R is brain lesson number 1. Today is brain lesson number 2, the secret of Elon Musk. This is known as the Semantic Tree. What it basically means is that whenever you want to tackle any difficult subject, if you want to study any difficult subject, you must, instead of just going into the book and just start reading from cover to cover. Some people do that. They go from page 1, they read until they get to the end of the book or the end of the chapter, and then to try and get a grasp of what is going on. That is one way of doing it. That's a very difficult way of doing it, and you're going to get lost. What Elon Musk suggests is known as the semantic tree. Any difficult subject, what you must understand is that a tree is made up of a trunk and the branches, and then there's leaves. So what Elon Musk suggests is, first you must try and get an overall understanding of that topic. What is it all about? You must have an anchor. If you're not going to have an overall understanding of the concept of the topic, then you'll be reading all the details, the fine details, the details of all these leaves. You'll be going so detailed into that subject, whether it's engineering or whether it's medicine or whether it's accounting. You'll go so detailed into it, but you won't understand what it's all about. I'll give an example. Say if you want to know the difference between anatomy and physiology. So anatomy, you need to understand what is it all about. So you say anatomy is simply the structure. Anatomy, you want to see the anatomy of the arteries and veins. So you say, okay, anatomy just means it's just the pipes. Pipes as a structure. But the physiology means function. Physiology means how the blood is going through the pipes. Okay, so once you understand the concept that, okay, anatomy means just the structure of the body, then you say, okay, now I understand. Now you can then go into the study of what a kidney looks like, what the heart looks like. We're just studying the structure. When you talk about physiology as a function, it means just how the blood is going through the vessels, or how the brain is functioning, how the endocrine system is working. Then you say, oh, okay, I understand the concept. So the semantic tree is a very, very powerful tool in trying to understand any difficult subject. You must try and understand. If you don't understand the concept, please go to your teacher, go to your lecturer. Just tell him, what is the overall concept about this particular subject? Why are we studying it? What are we trying to get through that? So very briefly, just some points what Elon Musk has to say. These are the secrets of Elon Musk in his studies of the semantic tree. And as we know, you may or may not know that Elon Musk has got 2 degrees in economics and in physics. But what's very important is that he studied large variety of subjects by himself. He's a self-learning specialist. He takes a textbook, he opens it, and you must become a voracious reader. One of the other things that I'm going to talk about is the reading skill. So you must develop the skill of reading. And as I mentioned, very important in our brain series, reading is a vitamin tonic for the brain. So please read. And 2 things Elon Musk does: he reads a lot of books and he speaks to the experts. And when you speak to the experts, it's as if you are sitting at the feet of a scholar. And this is what they used to do 1,000 years ago. There were libraries in some areas, but people used to go out in search of scholars. You know why? Scholars used to study for 30, 40, 50 years. So when you meet a top scholar, you sit at his feet or you talk to him for an hour. 1 hour with a scholar is better than 100 books or 1,000 books, because that person has studied so much, he's got so much knowledge. So always talk to an expert. You leverage yourself, you get the competitive edge, you start knowing immediately what is the trunk before you get lost in the leaves. And then the thing about Elon Musk, when many people speak, they find that he memorizes everything. One, either he's gifted, he's got a fantastic memory, but all of us can train our memory. The one fundamental thing about memory is You must be totally focused. You must focus when someone speaks to him. Elon Musk is totally focused on what that person is saying. He looks deep into the person's eyes. He listens to everything. He cuts out everything else. So even in your exam studies, when you're studying for your exams, switch off your phone, switch off the TV. Don't worry about what's going on in the rest of the house. Close your door. Say, I'm totally focused. You must be totally and absolutely focused for that 1 hour or 45 minutes. And the thing about memory, you must repeat it. If you're not going to repeat your work, you're going to forget. By the 48 hours, you're going to forget everything. So part of the memorization is repetition. So the whole point of the semantic tree is to get to the core truth of the topic first. This is similar to having a bird's eye view. So the semantic tree, you can think of having it as a bird's eye view. You're having the helicopter view or the drone. You're flying over a forest. So the semantic tree means let's get an idea of the forest before we get into the trees. If you're going to get into the trees, you're going to get so lost in the minor details that you won't really know what is going on. So please let me know your thoughts and comments. As what I mentioned, I've got spinal disability, home invasion, 3 gunshots. Please help me grow my channel. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. I love reading all your comments. I cannot reply to all the comments because of my wrist difficulties, but I really love to see all the. Please share. I need a lot of subscriptions. And even if you don't like the channel, just send me a heart. I'm sending you my heart. So just send me a heart, send me a like, send me a comment. If you don't want to comment anything, just send me a heart. Heart, it just takes one button and send me a heart. We must start spreading hearts all over the place. So please tell your kids, tell your children, your grandchildren to please join me in this amazing human brain series. I'm going to explain. In school, I was never taught how to use the brain. I don't know about you. Right, but I had to learn over many years. I studied to understand how can we use the human brain. So I want to share this with your children and your grandchildren and your youth and everyone. So please join, subscribe, and let's understand the brain. This was lesson. You remember this lesson? There's 2 parts to the brain, left and right. And the bridge, I just made this diagram a bit easier for people to understand. So it's very easy, left and right. And there's 2 hemispheres and there's a bridge. And I'm going to talk a lot about the bridge. Bridge is the corpus callosum, but don't worry. So today's summary, brain secret. So brain secret number 1, which we did last week, was SQRRR. Scan, survey, question, read, recite, revise. And today's brain secret number 2 comes from Mr. Elon Musk himself, and that's known as a semantic tree. Apply it to your life, and let's make South Africa a better place. We must become an educated nation. Stay well and look after yourself. And who wants to say, bright place, that's the bright place. Bright place, rugby, sunny skies, and BMW. You study hard, then one day you can get your BMW, but you must study hard. You must study hard. Okay, lekker blij, stay well, look after yourself.